This is with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. I am here live, up close, and personal, letting you guys know that I'm getting stronger day by day. I know we can always carry a package that looks better than we feel sometimes, but uh, I probably look a little better than I feel right now, but I'm not feeling bad. I'm just having some little hiccups, some little things going on along the way. And guess what? Tomorrow, tomorrow, I'll be able to have some food because I'm just tired of drinking liquids. For real, I'm gonna tell you guys. Right now, I'm drinking some tea, which is very good. Some soothing tea. Have just a little splash of cream in it, a little speck of sugar, and that's it. And I'm sipping that for the afternoon. Um, I also have this press juicer. Um, I don't know if you guys can really see that, but this one is ginger, lemon, and cayenne, however you say that pepper stuff. Cayenne. Somebody help me out. But anyway, it's a little personal size shot bottle, and it's good for your metabolism and cleansing and things of that nature. So I'm just sipping that a little bit. Takes me a while, but I'm sipping on this. I had one the other day. They're really hot and warm going down, so you feel the work. So anyway, I'm gonna be chiming in with you guys during the afternoon. Some people don't know that I'm doing my video right now, so they're calling me. So excuse me for that. But I just wanted to have some afternoon thought talk with you. Enough of me. You see, I'm fine. How are you? How are you, grown folks? And I wanted to touch a little bit on, you know, why do we sometimes, and I've talked a little bit about this before, but we sometimes settle for things that we know is way beneath us. We just settle for the situation just because we want a situation. And it, you know, it starts to at some point reflect upon your self esteem or your situation at the time of why you settle for things. Now, everyone, that settles has their reasons. Every situation is unique. Excuse me, you guys. Every situation is unique. So, you may have one that is in a situation where they just feel like they don't have no other choice. They have to deal with what they're dealing with. And we'll touch on right now. One of my favorites is a relationship. So they end up just staying in something just because, I'm going to stay in this because that's what I need to do right now. My situation is blase, and I need to stay in this, and they settle. Some settle when it comes to picking and choosing the right mate. From the beginning, from the gate, that that's not the right mate. I didn't mean to rhyme, it just happened like that. But that's not the right person for you. But what is this? Oh, that's my little logo. Okay. And in some cases, you think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is as far as some will do it based on the clap. The clap is so toe curling good that they settle for the situation. And that's all they have. They don't have anything else. They don't have nothing else going on in that. They just have a great clap. So they settle. Some settle for money. They may be in a situation and they're not doing too good financially. This person they run across is doing great financially, and they settle for that. And I've heard stories where some people settle for great credit scores. Mm-mm-mm. They will get with somebody and settle for that for great credit score. Excuse me, I hit the table. Um, One thing that was brought up on the show on Sunday by JJ is how some will marry and get in situations just to have, you know, another dependent or two or three or four. That person has 4 kids. Wow. I can get more stimulus. I can get more taxes. I can get more everything claiming this person and all them babies they have. And they get involved for that reason. Are you serious, you guys? That there just threw me. It kind of threw some. It threw the hair back. It just threw the hair back. You know, folks settle and get in things for the wrong reasons. You know, and I think when it's on a bad note, when it's in a bad way, when it's excuse the noise outside, you guys. Somebody's doing gardening. It's not my gardener. He was here yesterday, but somebody's doing some gardening out there, and so it's kind of loud. So let's just kind of, not even listen to that. And I want to say, my videos are real time. They are in the moment. I don't know what's going on in that second at that time. It's just I do what I do. So sometimes it's cars coming by, sometimes it's things going on, sometimes I'm in my car. I'm not in my car nowadays because I am recuperating from procedure, so I am at home. So my window's open though, so you may hear some things. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. But back to what I was talking about. Some will settle for reasons that is beneficial to them, and they'll put themselves in situations. They may allow one to disrespect them, and disrespect can go all kinds of ways. We look at disrespect in terms of, I mean, people can just, a person could talk to you in a certain tone. They could accuse you of certain things. They could call you out of your name. They could bring up something else that you told them in secrecy and privacy, and bring it up to you in a very bad way or in front of other people. They could just ignore you. And that is a form of abuse, if some of you didn't know. If you are living with someone or around someone on a regular basis, married, living, and they, oh, you guys, sorry, I don't have my necklace with my mom's thumbprint on it. I was cleaning it and I forgot to put it on. Man, I'm always holding that to give me some. I gotta make sure I put that on after this. Um, some will just go there with the silent treatment and not speak to you for sometime days. Just walk by you back and forth in the house, ignoring you, walking by you, ignoring you. That is a form of a verbal of it's a form of abuse. If you didn't know it, it is. So you have those who will disrespect you in so many different ways. And, for whatever reason, a person will start to focus on the better qualities of that person. You know, they disregard all of that. It's like, well, yeah, they almost broke my neck last night, but for the most part, they take care of the home, they bring in the food, they pay the bills, they give me money, you know, they give me good loving. They do all this stuff that I need in that way. So what? My neck will heal. They didn't mean to almost break my neck last night. It was an accident. I'm just gonna stay in this situation right here. If anybody even attempts to get close to your neck, you better run. You better run. I don't care if they pay all the bills, telephone bill, your phone bill, your house bill, your notes, your bills. You took you to Spain 2 weeks ago. Um, get your hair done, your nails done, your clothes done, your teeth done. I don't care what they do outside of that. If they get close to your neck, you better run. Okay. So again, we have some who will just settle. And this is not just women settling for being with a man, it's men settling for women. There's a lot of men, believe it or not, who find themselves in very dysfunctional situations. Really. They are with women who could be very abusive. And the man is more humble in nature. He's not a hothead. He's not one that likes a lot of. There we go with that. I wish they hurry up and do whatever they trying to do with their grass. I'm trying to do a grown folk talk, y'all. Y'all doing too much. So anyway, they make me forget what I'm saying. They are men. So some men are in situations where they're really humble, they're really low key and not, being very boisterous. They don't like a lot of back and forth fighting and yelling and cussing and fussing. They don't like that kind of stuff. So they usually try to dismiss themselves from that. They don't like that kind of woman or situation. So they may be in something where they have a woman who is very, very boisterous. She's very wordy. She's very mouthy. She's always cussing them out. She's always calling them names. I mean, all kinds of filthy, filthy, filthy names. And his mama too. Whoever she can call and cuss out, she does. And she even lays hands. She lays hands on him to try to provoke him. She lays hands on him because this is what she does when she's angry. She lays hands on him because this is all she knows. She grew up in an environment where hands was being laid on, and she's mimicking that now in her adult life. God bless her. So she is laying these hands on him. He's being abused in 1,001 ways, but he doesn't want to leave the situation, the household, the children, the family, his responsibilities. He grew up from a broken home, and he doesn't want to break another. And another thing I'll touch on too in regards to that, there is a lot of us, and include me, when you have been reared up in a broken home where there's, either dad leaves or is told to go, or mom leaves or is told to go, and it's one parent raising the children, even though that other parent is a part of your life, they're still absent from the home. So indeed, it affects the children in one way or another. Um, and it could be where the kids start to act out in a very bad way, defiant, bad in school, not listening at home, running away, cursing, trying to be a badass, smoking weed, doing drugs, whatever it is they chose to do to help them deal with the pain. Because when you're young and you're growing up, you don't know how to deal with certain emotions. You don't know how to deal with what's going on with how you're feeling. So you find things and ways to make you feel better, to pacify you. So growing up in that way of a broken home, a lot of times you have that mindset in that direction after you become an adult to not want to have a broken home, to not want to grow up with just one parent. Sometimes it works out when you wait and do it right, and sometimes it don't. And I'll share my experience. I called myself waiting. And hello there, Mr. Woo. How you do? Sound like the name of my CD. Um, um, you know, I ended up waiting until later. All my friends had kids, 18, 19, 20 years old, whatever. I didn't have kids until like almost 30. I waited and I waited until I thought I had the right one. And I wanted my white picket fence and my only one. And turned out didn't work out that way. So sometimes it just don't work out that way. But trust me, I never wanted a broken family, a broken home. So um, some will stay in situations just to avoid that from taking place. And what we don't know sometimes when we're doing that is we think, okay, we think that is doing the right thing and we think it's doing good by the children, but it's actually causing more of a problem because your situation is totally dysfunctional at home. So you're showing these children a dysfunctional way to behave because mom and dad usually are not showing affection around each other, no hugs, no kisses. Usually it's not a lot of regular family time. You may plan some things and the other parent will be present just because, okay, it was a birthday party and I need to be there. But usually planning certain trips, I'm taking the kids to Disneyland or whatever you want to go, it's like, no, why do I want to go with you? That kind of thing. And you are, even though you're not fussing and fighting, you're showing kids pay attention to everything. They pay attention to the behaviors, they pay attention to the affection, they pay attention, and then they mimic this. These are the things that they grow up and acquire. So when they see close family time, when they see love, when they see affection and hugs and stuff like that, and mom and dad showing positive reinforcement towards each other, they grow up knowing that this is the way that it should be. And that's how they move forward, treating their family moving forward. So we don't always do a good thing by staying when it's all bad. When it's all bad and it's time for you to go. But you still need to be a part of the upbringing and rearing of those children. So, with that being said, why do some of us settle? Why do we put ourselves in a situation to just settle for um, just having someone? you know, there is a lot of fear of being alone. There is a lot of fear of not having a relationship. There's depression behind that. You know, when some reach a certain age and stage in their lives, maturity, let's say, you know, 40 and up. Hello, how you do on this lovely day? Um, some when they reach a certain level of maturity, they start thinking in terms of, wow, I don't want to grow old alone. I don't want to be alone. I have all this and all these things going on. I do want to share this with someone. I do want someone of substance, someone of quality. I don't want a quantity, a list, a line of, different kind, and there's no substance. There's nothing to it but to do it, and that's it. You start thinking in terms of that. Now, mind you, there are some who are older who still are on that page, 50 years old, of wanting a whole bunch of women or a whole bunch of men. Yep, they still there. There's some. And if you can leave a comment as to why you think they still go there at that age, please do. Because it's hard to understand. I mean, I don't know if you just trying to sow your oats because you feel like you're getting old, Are you still trying to, prove to yourself and maybe someone else that you still got it? A lot of times when people come out of a relationship, say like something they've been in for a while, and it just don't work out for whatever reason, and they may have felt really low in their self-esteem because of certain things. Maybe that person always downed them or made them feel inadequate in a lot of ways. Then they get out here and they want to prove to themselves, and oftentimes that other person that see, yeah, what you didn't want and think was gold, somebody else do. And they want to prove that. But you don't have to prove anything. Know your worth. Know who you are. Know your value. If that person didn't appreciate and didn't know your worth and your value, shame on them. It's their loss. Somebody else is going to truly appreciate it. hmm And I ain't just saying that. I'm saying that, y'all got to excuse me for taking sips. I'm still talking. I'm still with you. Um, I'm just saying that because that's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't know what they have. First off, they ain't never had nothing that was worth nothing. That's one of the things. We can talk about that too. Sometimes when you have not been loved in the way that is real, that is true, or you have never really been in a relationship or a marriage that was, you know, golden, that was just the bomb in every way, then you don't know. You don't know when it smacks you upside the head. Woo! That pepper and ginger, that stuff. Woo wee. Let me take one more. Okay, so you don't know. Excuse me, y'all. You don't know until it smacks you upside the head. Okay, so you've never had it. You don't know what to compare. You don't know how to feel. So when that right something comes that's treating you in that wonderful, marvelous way, you're like, wait a minute, something ain't right. This feel different. This is fake. This ain't real. It's supposed to feel like the other old stuff, somewhat, a little bit. This here is just close to perfect, which it ain't perfect, but it feels like it's close to perfect, especially when you done came from the dungeon. But you don't know how to receive it. You don't know how to embrace it, how to appreciate it, how to love it, how to keep it safe because you've never felt this before. So a lot of times what ends up happening is you want to put the brakes on. I don't know about this. Wait, hold up. No, no. I don't want that. And you put the brakes on and you start treating that other person like you ain't really feeling this. And what happens? You end up losing out. You lose out on your blessings, and that person moves on to somebody else that's going to be like, thank you. I'm glad you got rid of it because, man, I'm loving every minute of this. That's what happens. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? And when you get to a certain stage in your life and you've been through a few things, it's not about trying to go after the status quo of something or the looks. I mean, you want to be attracted to something, yes, mentally, physically, you know, in here, all that. It has to be an attraction, something, a magnet. But it doesn't have to be all about the looks. I was talking to someone the other day and they was telling me that this person that they met that they really kind of like is like the bomb in a lot of ways, but the looks ain't that great, and They're just not their physical stature. They're just not what they want. And even though they're wonderful, but they just wanted to pull back because of that. Everything else was all good. And this person was an older person, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you really serious? When we were in our 20s, sometime even your 30s, you got to tripping on all this physical stuff. Oh, they got to be this tall. Oh, they got to be this built. Oh, they got to have this kind of boo boo. I heard somebody recently talking about person had to have booty, or they just can't do it. They got to have booty. Now that could be a big booty, airhead, insensitive, impersonal, just yucky person of the world, but they got a booty, and you all good with that. Come on, you guys. It gets to a point where other things need to matter more. Okay? Now, there's some that will say, okay, I'm going to be with him or her because they do the clap. Clap is the bomb. I know when I get with them, it's on and cracking. We clapping. Man, the size is good. She can flip around real good. If I want to put her on top, in the back, on the side, on her head, whatever, it's happening. I'm loving it. Mm-hmm. And that other one, she does all that, and he does all this and that, but he just can't. He just got one rhythm. She just got one rhythm, and that's it. She can't do the other things I really enjoy the best. They all right, and they will pick and choose who they gonna be with based on the clap. Okay, and you gotta get to a point where other things matter. Okay, because the clap can stop. Something can happen where it ain't no more clap. Ain't no more clap. Ain't no more clap. Ain't happening. No clap. Boop. No clap. None at all. Or it can get to the point where all them looks faded. Something happened. They was here today and woke up the next day and they gone. Or Lord forbid something happened where they, get distorted or something. I mean, anything can happen, right? So you have to dig deeper. It has to matter deeper. But some will settle for all the other things that's missing because they got one or two things. Get out of here. Close the front door. Mm-mm. Wake up. That pepper stuff is something else. Whew, but as they say, it's good for you though. But mm, that stuff's something else. But anyway, I didn't drink none of that yet. No more. I'm drinking the tea, y'all. I'm drinking tea. Um. So, we have got to get to a point where we start. It all equates and goes back to feeling good about you. It starts with you. Everything. Everything before you do anything else, before you jump over any hurdles, before you get involved with anybody, before you try to date or do whatever you try to do, you got to have yourself in order. Okay? Your baggage. You can't be carrying a whole bunch of baggage. You can't be looking for someone else to replace something that's missing in you. You got to be together. You look for someone else to complement you, to balance, to be your helpmate, to be someone that you can enjoy, that you can have a good time with, you can care about, and that cares about you. Who would you look for somebody for? Some people look for people to fill a void that is something that they should be working on within themselves. So they look for another person to help fill the void. Say, for instance, if you are one that is totally dependent on having somebody with you all the time, you have a fear of being alone. So you want that person to stop everything they're doing to be with you 24/7. That is impossible. That's impossible. So you got to get to the root of why you need to have. Is it abandonment issues? Is it fear issues? What is it that makes you need to have somebody up under you all the time? Because that person had a life before you. That person is going to have a life with you and after you. Okay, so they have things that they're taking care of and they got to do. They got to go to work. They got to go to their business. They got to do whatever. They may want some me time sometime, but they give you a lot of time. Now, I'm not saying they're not supposed to give you that time. They're supposed to give you some time. You got it. You got to have that quality time. And I ain't talking about dipping in, dipping out. For an hour we didn't did the dang and that's it. That's not quality time. What that is you fulfilling my needs and I'm fulfilling yours. Goodbye. See you next time. That's what that is. That is not quality time. So they have got to give you that quality time. If you matter, they've got to give you that. And that's very, very important. But at the same time, you can't expect somebody to be up under you 24/7, even if you're living together, even if you are married. Everybody needs a little air, a little space to go out and do something different. They know they got to come home, but they need a little space sometime, period. So, if you are dealing with those type of issues and you are wanting to get with somebody thinking that, okay, if I get into a relationship, that's going to fulfill all of this anxiety and abandonment stuff that I'm feeling because I don't want nobody to leave me. They got to be with me and all that. No, don't get with nobody because of that. Work on your issues. You may need to go get some professional help to help you deal with some things, perhaps. Or you may just need some time more to just woosah and go get, just air out, just get you need something, but you got to get it together first. So the bottom line is we have got to stop being in a situation that we are depending on someone else to fulfill us and our happiness or our needs totally. Um, we have got to stop just settling for anybody or any situation. People do that on the job too. They just settle for something just because, okay, they may go to a job interview or something. Well, how much do you think, we should pay you? Well, I don't care. Whatever you guys want to pay me, that's it. Oh, I don't know. Huh. But then they end up telling you the lowest amount. Oh, okay, I'll take it. We have got to stop settling. What is your self worth? What is it? Look in the mirror. Take a deep look in the mirror and get you together. Once you're together, then you become a better package and you can see clearer as far as, you know, the next person you pursue, the next situation you want to be in, um, the next confrontation that comes your way, the next disrespect that someone throws at you, the next, I'm just going to treat you any kind of way just because you don't feel good about yourself. So you're going to take it from me anyway. You ain't going nowhere. Who wants you? Nobody. Nobody wants you with me. I know folks have heard somebody say they've been told that before. Don't nobody want you but me. Who wants you? They just trying to sow their own oats. Because trust me, it's somebody who wants you, that will treat you better, that will love you better, that will appreciate you better. You can believe that. You don't have to settle. No, 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 no. No settling. No settling. You just can't do that. Mm-mm. So we have got to get to that point. And sometimes it's difficult because, deep down inside, We want what we want. And so we think that if we deal with a certain situation that has been common for a while, that we're going to get what we feel we deserve, need, or want. But usually that person has shown you already what it is, what you're going to get, who they are, and that's it, and that's all. It ain't changing. You can't change no grown person. You can't make them into the clay model that you want them to be and think that, it's funny. I heard somebody say one time, uh, they was going to get with this person that was, they were homeless. They had a bad way of life. They were doing bad and this and that and all roughy gruffy. And they was going to get with that person and change them and make them over and turn them into something wonderful. Well, they tried. That person didn't want to be turned into nothing wonderful. That person just needed somewhere to stay and somebody to be there for them and to help them through the bad time. They didn't like shaving. They didn't even like taking a bath that often, and you was not gonna make them. So you have got to stop being with the focus and concept on wanting to change someone. A person has to want to change themselves. They have got to want to do something different themselves. So when you're in something and you settle for it being the way it is. That's how it is. Ain't no changing. Ain't nothing different. That's it and that's all. So the question you should ask yourself is, am I am I comfortable with it being this way? Is this all I deserve? Is this all I want? Is this the kind of life I want to live? Is this the kind of person I want to be with forever? You have to ask yourself those questions. And if you're saying no, 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 and maybe one yes or no yeses, you have to do something different because you're not going to be able to change that person. You have to change your situation. The change starts with you. And that's real talk. And that's for all of us. We're human. We all make mistakes. We all fall in love. We all get hurt. We all go down the woe is me road. If anybody tell you they never have, they lying. Because everybody then got twisted at one point or another. hmm So it's not the fact that you get twisted. It's not the fact that you go down the hurt road. It's not the fact that you've been taken for granted or advantage of. It's how you get up, back up, and out of that situation. What have you learned? How have you grown? What are you going to do about what you've learned? How are you going to go into your next situation? What are the things you're going to look for when you are looking or pursuing your next situation? Are you going to bring your baggage and your weights to this person and beat them over the head because you've been hurt and you've been through some stuff, and so now you don't trust them? Now you can't, man, you don't even, you got a leash on them. You just, every time they say boo, you got a situation. No, that means you ain't let go of some of that baggage. You ain't dealt with some of them issues. Growth is growth, and it's identifying red flags. It's looking for the red flags and identifying. A lot of times you don't even have to look for them because they waving clearly right there. Ooh, here I go. See me? I'm red and I'm a flag. Here's one. Next day, here you go. Here's another one. Here's two. Next day, hi, I'm back again. Here's three. And you just push them to the side and keep on doing what you're doing. That ain't nobody's fault but yours. It ain't the person's fault waving the flags because they waving them, they getting away with the wave, and you just dismissing them, and y'all keep doing what you're doing. Okay, So we have to self identify. This is the big answer to all of this. It's about us. It's about self identifying what's going on with you, why you allow, why you take, why you deal with what you deal with. Are you afraid of being alone? Do you feel like you're getting too old to be alone? You don't want to be alone. All your friends is married. Everybody got somebody. Um, you going to all the events solo. You feeling kind of funny. Everybody always asking you when you gonna get married? When you gonna, you know what I'm saying? You going to every wedding that's out there, and ain't none of them yours. You didn't went to cousin Bay's wedding, Uncle Billy's wedding, cousin Shaniqua's wedding, um, Auntie Sue's wedding, cousin Tyrone's wedding, uh, little Shanae's wedding that you watch grow up, your little niece, uh, your nephew's wedding, everybody's wedding. Everybody get married. But you. So you got folks that's saying some things. They questioning some things. They want to know what's going on, right? So you feel like the first thing that comes smacking your way, that's talking to you think the right talk, let me jump on that wagon. That's somebody that could potentially be my husband. That's somebody who could potentially be my wife. I don't. Yeah, they got a little problem. They got some issues. Yeah, I can tell they twitching and itching. They got something going on, but that's okay. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. They're gonna be all right. Let me just give me a little time. Let me work on them. That's gonna be my wife. Next thing you know, they done stole everything in your whole house, your bank account, everything else. Still gonna be your wife? Oh, okay. So stop jumping on the bandwagon so quick. Bump what everybody else say. Bump what everybody else think. Bump what everybody else want. Wait until it's your time. Everybody has a time. It's not about how old you are. It's not about how long you've been single. Sometimes you've been single a very long time. I've been single a very long time myself, and it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's not that I'm running from it. It's not that I don't want it. It's that I'm waiting for the right one for me. And until that occurs, I will continue to date and I will continue to be single until the right one for me comes along. And without a doubt, I feel that. Okay? That's what's happening with me. So it's not a matter of I don't want it, I'm running from it, stay away. Get away. Oh, no, no. I don't want love. I don't want. No, it's not about that. It's just I've learned and grown so much over the years that I know what I need and want. And I do believe that God put the brakes on for a reason for me to get more in depth into me and to love me and to find out really who I was. He gave me this time to do that. So without a shadow of a doubt, I know. I know. So that's what we sometimes need. We need that, you guys. We need that time. So don't let anyone else, point that finger, get to talking about when, why, how come, and all this. Forget them. You just wait until it's time for you. Okay, I hope this message was good for somebody. I hope some of these points I hit on hit somebody. Leave a message in the comments for me. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you'll know when I do my notifications. I will be doing a lot more talk videos while I have this time off right now. Um, and I'm able to do so. So look for me usually afternoon time. Also, don't forget, you guys, Amazon.com and everywhere. Seduction of the Hidden Diva by me, Donna Smith. It is some lovely adult short stories. And also visit cdbaby.com and everywhere. I have good stuff out there. Come and get it. Talks, lay it down, and just so many. I've lost count. I got so many good things out there, poetry and music. I'm under Lady D, and make sure Donna Smith also, because I have music under both. Make sure it's me, because it may be another Lady D out there, and maybe another Donna Smith, but y'all know what I look like. Make sure it's me, okay? Make sure it's me. All right. On that note, y'all, I gotta go. You can tell I'm feeling a little better. You know, them meds is something else. No, I'm playing. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.